Alright, y'all, so here's the deal. There's some people trying to mess up the rating on Rotten Tomatoes for the Black Panther movie. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to read. Now, I have multiple things to read to you guys, and I think they may tie into each other, and that will help to give us a better understanding of what's really going on here. Now, I'm going to start off with this article from comicbookmovie.com. The article is titled Rotten Tomatoes Response to Radical DC Fan Group's Plan to Sabotage Black Panther. Here's what they wrote. Forget the Last Jedi Rotten Tomatoes controversy. A potential storm is brewing with a 30,000, yes, 30K strong Facebook group's plan to intentionally sabotage the Rotten Tomatoes score for Marvel's Black Panther. Now, the article was posted on February 1st of 2018 by Mark Julian. Here's what Mark wrote. Do Rotten Tomatoes scores matter? Can they affect a film's box office performance and change the general public's opinion of whether a movie was good or bad? That's a topic that's raged around these parts for years, which has only become more exasperated in recent memory by the likes of Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, and on the opposite end of the spectrum, every Marvel studio superhero film to date. Well, a group of DC film fans is reportedly planning to give Marvel, quote, a taste of its own medicine, as they believe Disney pays critics for favorable reviews and in some cases unfavorable scores for the competition. To that end, they're planning to sabotage the Rotten Tomatoes score for Black Panther, which hits theaters on February 16. Here's Rotten Tomatoes' official response. They said, "We at Rotten Tomatoes are proud to have become a platform for passionate fans to debate and discuss entertainment, and we take responsibility seriously. While we respect our fans' diverse opinions, we do not condone hate speech. Our team of security network and social experts continue to closely monitor our platforms, and any users who engage in such activities will be blocked from our site and their comments removed as quickly as possible." Man, these comic book geeks really take this stuff seriously, man. This is ridiculous. They're going to go sabotage a movie's rating. Now, you might be saying, well, that doesn't really change anything. Well, I'll tell you what. I have a video I'm going to post on this article. It's a YouTube video of your man Anthony Mackie. He played in, which is it, Iron Man that he's in? I'm pretty sure it's Iron Man that he's in. I never saw it. I have to watch it, but basically, he plays the Falcon. Okay, that's what it says underneath the video. So, Anthony Mackie said in the video during an interview where he was explaining why Hollywood movies suck, he said that people will go watch a movie because the ratings are really high for it, which has nothing to do with whether or not the movie sucks. They just see that the ratings are high and, well, people will go and support because it had a really high rating. It was highly rated. They figured, well, if so-and-so said that the movie's great, so-and-so said the movie's very good, so on and so forth, then they're willing to shell out their money. You know? So he talked about so this is an actor in another superhero movie. I'm not sure if let me see. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, okay. Black Panther is Marvel. And I don't know whether or not Anthony Mackie's character DC or Marvel. I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to see whether or not he's DC or Marvel. Like, I know that like Batman and Superman are DC. And let me see, which one is he? Oh, okay. It looks like Falcon is Marvel, according to Wikipedia. It says Falcon. Okay, and it says, yep, it says that he's part of the Avengers, and he's a Marvel character. So that makes this even more interesting. So basically, a fellow Marvel superhero, right along with Black Panther, another black superhero. Now, for the record, it was a completely unrelated video. The video is from October of 2017, posted by Red Carpet News TV. So this is not like he was, speaking about this current controversy in February of 2018. Completely unrelated situation. He was just talking about his opinion on why movies suck, and I strongly suggest you guys check out the video. It's only 4 minutes and 18 seconds. And He also was in the movie 8 Mile with Eminem. If I'm not, I think he was the last guy that Eminem battled in the movie. But anyways, I have something else to read to you guys. So I went to Chadwick Boseman's Instagram page because I said, I wonder if he's talking about this or not. Well, I found something else, and I found it to be very interesting. He posted the following on February 2nd of 2018. He said, I was misquoted in a recent article regarding seeing Klan rallies, referring to the Ku Klux Klan. I was misquoted in a recent article regarding seeing Klan rallies in South Carolina in 2017. The event I spoke of happened during the filming of Captain America Civil War in 2015. It was shortly after the mass shooting and hate crime at Emmanuel AME African Methodist Episcopal, if I'm not mistaken, in Charleston, and at the height of the debate that led to the removal of the Confederate flag from South Carolina's capital. So the rally that I spoke of was exacerbated by those current events and is a representation of a portion of its white citizenship and not the whole. I hate when mofos go niggsplaining, when start explaining. You know, white folks, you know, they don't have to do that with black folks to say, well, all black people aren't like this. You know, they're not expected to do this. So I really don't like it when mofos go niggsplaining. But anyways, by those current events and is a representation of a portion of its white citizenship and not the whole. Perhaps the journalist who wrote the account misunderstood the timing. But that Confederate flag rally did not happen during the filming of Black Panther in 2017, nor was it related to Panther in any way. I must make this distinction because the current divisive climate and the intent of our upcoming film to help make people, all people, whole in this time. In fact, I must credit both white and black supporters from my home state for the displays of love and pride they have shown to me in regards to the character, the movie, and my overall career. Hashtag Wakanda forever. Okay. I'm gonna give my opinion on that in a second. No, as a matter of fact, I'll do it right now before I read to you this People article. So first of all, let's go back to the beginning. Let me go back to the beginning. What is this misquoted article that he's referring to? Now, I found a People article that I think he might be referring to, but yeah, I'm not sure if this is the exact article or if it was a different one. You know, they do a lot of interviews, but I'm going to read the article to you in a second. Okay, so he's over here explaining ridiculous things like, you know, all white people aren't like that. Like, I think that goes without saying, and it really burns my biscuits, the simple fact that in general white folks don't go out of their way to explain, you know, all black people aren't like that. You know, like, it's like they're not expected to do that. It's just like when a tragedy happens, it's like, oh, you're black, you got to go stand in the news and say, I forgive this white person who you know, did something wrong to my family member, whether they took them off the earth or whatever happened, whatever the situation was. No matter how bad it is, you got to make sure you get the Negro up there in front of the camera saying, oh, white people ain't bad. You know, it's ridiculous, man. It's really crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and read this People article to you guys because I think that this is the article that he's referring to. Don't hold me to it, but I think this is the one. It's titled, Chadwick Boseman says he drove past KKK rallies while filming Black Panther. And let me see, it was posted by Mike Miller on February 1st of 2018. Here's what Mike wrote. Just 2 hours from the set of Marvel's first Black Panther superhero movie, the Ku Klux Klan. I'm sorry, that name always makes me laugh. Well, usually makes me laugh. Just 2 hours from the set of Marvel's first black superhero movie, the Ku Klux Klan was holding rallies in a Walmart parking lot. I'm sorry, but that's so low budget. Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman saw the KKK gathering firsthand as he drove home to visit his family in South Carolina. Quote, when I was shooting Black Panther in Atlanta, I used to drive back on off days to go see my family in Anderson. It's about 2 hours, he told Mr. Porter. Quote, and I would see the Klan holding rallies in a Walmart car park, he added. Quote, so it's like we're going forwards and backwards at the same time. People don't want to experience change. They just want to wake up and it's different. But this shooting Black Panther and then driving past the Klan, that's what change feels like. End quote. Growing up in the South, Boseman said he experienced racism firsthand. Quote, it's not hard to find in South Carolina. Going to high school, I see Confederate flags on trucks, he remembered. Quote, I know what it's like to be a kid at an ice cream shop when some little white kid calls you N-word, but your parents tell you to calm down because you know it could blow up. We even had trucks try to run us off the road, end quote. I've heard multiple people tell stories like that. Crazy. Anyway, excitement is high for the film's debut, but Bosman said he's keeping his expectations tempered for now. Quote, I hesitate to jump on that. Oh, it's a movement thing. Because it depends on how it opens. I mean, it's got to happen first, right? He explained, people need to show up and not bootleg it, end quote. Bosman, 41, also opened up about his long road to mainstream success, wondering aloud why it seems to take black actors longer to break through. Quote, when did success come to Denzel Washington or Sam Jackson or Morgan Freeman? And why is that? I don't have the answer, but it's a question to pose, he said. The industry looks for white actors and actresses, but it's not the same for black actors. We have to really put the work in. Black Panther hits theaters February 16th. Okay, guys, so that's 2 weeks from now. But here's the thing, man. Let me see. What day is that? Is that? Yeah, Friday, February 16th of 2018. Everybody, please support this movie. I hope that they don't try to do an attack at the movie theater to sabotage the movie at this point. I'm trying to tell you, man, like, it's real out here. They really, these little comic book geek suckers are really upset. They said that Black Panther is already breaking records. They have more pre-sales, if I'm not pre-ticket sales, than any other freaking superhero movie ever. I mean, it's amazing. It's like the movie is already winning, and it didn't even get a chance to air the first weekend or even the first night yet. It's amazing. I mean, I love it personally. You know, at first, I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. I wasn't even going to see the movie. I saw the previews, and in all honesty, I'm not really a superhero movie fan. I enjoyed the Batman trilogy from Christopher Nolan. I mean, that was amazing, but I'm not like the biggest superhero movie fan. And I don't just watch movies just because there's black people in them. You know, like a lot of times the trailer will reel me in because it gives you a preview of seeing what the tone of the movie is and what it looks like, what it feels like to watch it. And then I'll judge from there, you know, or, you know, every once in a while reviews will make me want to watch a movie like Get Out, which is like one of the greatest movies ever. I wanted to see it as soon as I saw the trailer. But when I saw all of those reviews coming in and I heard people talking about what it was about, and they're like, and this happened and that happened. I mean, they put out a bunch of spoilers out there, but I was like, forget this. I don't care that I know what the movie's about. This sounds really interesting. And oh, Lord, it was so worth it. Oh, you know, I kind of wonder what the movie would have felt like to watch Get Out, that is, if I didn't know firsthand. Rather, if I didn't know from people's reviews and opinions of the movie. Like, I kind of wonder what it would have been like to watch the film going in blindly, you know, just seeing the trailer and that's it, and not really knowing much. Because I knew a lot about the movie before I even watched it. Like, I knew so much about it from hearing what other people had to say about it. You would think that I watched it myself. Like, I could do a review on it just based off of all, because I kept listening to and watching reviews because there were so many of them and they were so incredibly positive, and I'm like, wow, this is really great. You know, I was happy for Jordan Peele because I knew he was funny, and you know, to see him branch off and write something like that. But actually, I'm going to use Get Out for an example. Get Out was a psychological thriller. It was a thriller. It wasn't a horror movie per se. Some horrific things happened. However, it wasn't technically really a horror movie, and people mislabeled it a comedy, even when the movie got nominated for awards. And some people will say, well, that's because there was no, you know, category for thrillers at, was it the Golden Globes, if I'm not mistaken, he was nominated. It was one of those award shows, one of the recent ones. And you might say, well, they had to nominate it in that category just so it could get nominated. So just be happy that it was nominated. But this is the thing, though. The movie was not a comedy. And it wasn't just the award shows mislabeling Get Out a comedy. Also on reputable sites, they were labeling it a comedy. And it's funny because I checked on some of those sites. I went to go see whether or not Deadpool, yes, a superhero movie now. Deadpool was another great superhero movie. That's one of the ones that I actually did see. That one was really good too. Really hilarious. The action and everything was amazing. And Deadpool has a lot of humor in it. I actually came across a script online. There's websites that have all types of movie scripts and whatnot. And I came across a script. You know how there's the Internet Movie Database? There's like the Internet Movie Script Database or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what it's, or Internet Movie Screenplay Database is something like that. What is that? IMSDB, Internet Movie Screenplay Database. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Anyways, and I was looking at the script after watching the movie, and I'm like, man, there's just so many jokes, so much humor in this movie. But what I noticed is that on different sites, they wouldn't label Deadpool a comedy a lot of the time, but Get Out was labeled a comedy. And I'm like, how the heck did that happen? The movie's not a comedy. And then people will say, well, Jordan Peele is a comedic actor and writer, so that's why they named it that. I don't believe that's why. Because just because that's like saying you see a Jim Carrey movie that comes out, right? And you just automatically label a Jim Carrey movie a comedy because he's a comedian. But what if Jim Carrey was playing an action star? What if he came back as the Riddler, and the Riddler's a superhero now, and he's trying to aid Batman or partner up with Batman, just for example? So because Jim Carrey, aka the Riddler, is starring in this film, and he's a comedian, automatically it becomes a comedy inside your little mind. That doesn't even make any sort of sense. The truth of the matter is, when I saw that Deadpool was often not labeled a comedy with all of those freaking jokes that are in it, and Get Out, a movie with barely any jokes, a thriller, was mislabeled a comedy, I said, are they trying to sabotage this movie? Are they trying to make people look at it as being a joke as opposed to a serious movie, and not understanding the tone of the film? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Jordan Peele joked about how the movie was a documentary. I think that's what he said in a tweet, if my memory serves me correctly. So here's the thing. You might say, well, what the heck does this all have to do with anything? Listen. Burn Hollywood, burn. Let's just be real here. Hate to bring race into it, but there's a lot of people who are hellbent on not seeing black films perform well. They don't want it to happen. They're scared of it happening. Negroes are taking over Hollywood. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that serious. But that's the way that they feel. And honestly, the energy that they're putting towards it is what's causing these ticket sales, is what's causing people to go out and watch Girls Trip and make it the huge success that it was, and make Get Out the huge success. Get Out was shot, I think, with a $4.5 million or $5 million budget, approximately, now, which is either $4.5 to $5 million. In Hollywood, that's nothing. Your man Jordan Peele shot it on the RE Alexa Mini. I know a lot of y'all don't know much about camera equipment, but he took the RE Alexa Mini, which is an awesome camera with the ingenue lenses and whatnot, and shot an amazing film. It was just so. It was perfect. Like, I wouldn't change anything about the movie. The acting, the screenplay, the editing, everything was on point to me. Amazing film. And when they saw the success of that film, the Girls Trip happened. And then now Black Panther, getting all of these pre-ticket sales. There are people who were scared because they said for years, black movies are not successful. Black movies this, black movies that. Hell, they told Tyler Perry, Mr. Medea himself, this is what he said out of his own mouth. This is what he was told behind the scenes. Black people who go to church don't go to the movies. Those are the words of discouragement that were given to Tyler Perry. Black people who go to church don't go to watch movies at the movie theater. Well, hundreds of millions of dollars later, we found out that Tyler Perry knew what he was doing. He already had an audience. He was already big in the theater market. He took it to the big screen and he won. He won big. I don't know if you guys ever seen what his, I think it's in Atlanta. He has this amazing, I don't even know what to call it. It's his studios or whatever. It's like, it's freaking amazing, y'all, man. Like, I don't know if they have a special name for it or what, but I would love to visit that place and just hang out there, interview him or something to see, you know. And I may not always agree with the stuff that Tyler Perry puts out there, man, but seeing what he's built for himself, you know. The last thing that these people want is for young black men, specifically heterosexual, straight young black men, to see the success of a Girls Trip, of a Get Out, of a Black Panther, and sit up there and say, I think I can do it too, and go get themselves a Sony ASR 3 or a Panasonic GH5, which are both great in low light. Get themselves a Red Scarlet W, or what's the other, a Red Raven, or some other sort of camera. Or heck, if they can afford to get themselves an Arri Alexa SXT LF, the large format. That's the new one that just came out. Insane. With some Cook lenses, you know, some Zeiss Master Primes, and go out there and shoot a movie. And then it becomes this huge success, you know, because money talks. So if you go out there with a budget of, let's say, $20,000, and you go and shoot yourself a little film, you know, really great acting, amazing screenplay and whatnot, and then that film comes out online and the DVD sales are popping, people are streaming it, you know, 1 million people done watched it, you made yourself a couple million, $2-3 million or whatever, and then, you know, you get hooked up with one of these services that could get your movie shot in theaters. It's like they say, you bring the audience and they'll make it happen, and then boom, they put your movie in theaters or whatnot, and then that movie ends up becoming a success over time, and it makes $30 million, and you spent $20,000 to make it, and you spent, let's say, $80,000 to promote it. That's scary to these people. They don't want to see stuff like that happen. And then people start building empires, and then there's 10, 15, 20 Tyler Perrys. Then the next thing you know, black folks are making Black Avatar. Whereas they wouldn't call, well, I hope they wouldn't call it that. That's so whack. I hate it when black people call stuff black this and black that. Like, we should have our own black YouTube. And they talk about black Twitter and all this weird stuff. It's like, stop putting black in everything. Annoying. Just, you know, make your own thing. You don't have to call it black anything or ebony this and essence that. Like, oh, God, black people. Woo! Well, anyways, y'all, man, this is all my opinion. This is just what I think about the situation. I think that there's folks out here wanting to sabotage the Black Panther movie. And like I said, I originally wasn't going to see it because I'm not that big of a fan of superhero movies. But I'm going to go, first of all, not only am I going to go see it twice, I'm also going to buy the DVD. I'm going to pay for the stream. And I know that my man Chad doesn't want y'all to bootleg it. Listen, y'all. Let's make history. Let's show the people who don't want to see the Black Panther movie make it that not only will the movie make it, not only will the movie break records, but let's make it the most profitable movie ever. Take your club money. Take your new shoe money. Take the kids to go see it twice. Take the money you were going to trick off that on that little skeezer, you know, so she could let you smash or whatever it is. Take your blunt money, whatever it is that you do. You know, take your beer money, your Hennessy money, whatever. Take that money from elsewhere and let's go make this movie the most profitable superhero movie ever. Let's make it bigger than Avatar. Let's make sure this movie makes 1.8 billion or 2 billion or 3 billion. Let's make it its own economy. Let's make Wakanda real. Just to spite them. Because there's people who don't want to see successful, y'all. I've seen some stuff online. There's people complaining about diversity and superheroes and stuff like that. And they're like, you know, they're just making black superheroes just because they're, first of all, Black Panther's been around since forever. But what they're saying is that they're just making black superheroes to please black people. How about they're making black superheroes because black people want superheroes too? and they're willing to pay money for it. Why would the studios turn down money? I mean, as long as these things are generating money, then what's the issue? You know? What do you want to see? Another Howard the Duck? But anyways, y'all, this is all my opinion. What do I know? I'm just your favorite thirsty blogger with a microphone. You know, usually I talk about love and hip hop and stuff like that. But some of y'all that have been around long enough know when I first started off, I was talking about like racial issues and stuff like that. That's when I was talking about the racial issues on Big Brother. The first Meat Magazine videos were about the racism that was on Big Brother on that season, where it was just really rampant. It was a season with Howard and Candace. Howard was the black guy. Candace was that fine mixed girl. And shout out to all the red bones. And some of y'all may remember that back in 2013 when I posted the very first Meat Magazine videos nearly 5 years ago. I was talking about racial issues. That's what I started out with. I wasn't talking about love and hip hop. But that's what I'm known for now. And I like to stick to that because that's what I like to talk about. Y'all can go ahead and hate all you want. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, shout out to Mr. Chadwick Boseman. He's the boss man. And Chadwick Boseman. He's the man right now. He's the man. And I'm going to go watch the man's movie. I'm going to pay my little change for it. And hopefully it will help to add to this new Wakanda economy that we're about to build out here. And we're going to show these suckers that Black Panther's here to stay. And I'm not even, like I told you, I'm not even a superhero fan. But I just want to spite these mofos. And I'm going to enjoy. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to review the movie. As a matter of fact, I did a show about Get Out with a young lady named Jade Eubanks, who's freaking awesome. I'm going to invite her back onto my radio show. If y'all didn't see our review of Get Out, just type in on YouTube, Meat Magazine, Get Out Movie Review. And you can listen to the show for yourself. This is August of 2017. So I'm going to hit her up and see if she wants to do a review with me. But anyways, y'all, I hope you're going to watch the movie Black Panther. I can't wait for February 16th to come. You know, I can't wait to enjoy this film. But anyways, y'all, just because I'm going to support doesn't mean that you are. Sorry that the video was so long. I just felt like talking today. Why? Because normally I wouldn't throw stuff up in the haters' faces, but I just want to say this. Boom. Bam. In your face. This movie is going to be a huge success, so all the haters that are trying to sabotage it, you're just going to have to get used to the success. And I hope that they won't try to sabotage black superhero movies in the future. You might say, well, they tried to sabotage this film or that film as well. It's not just a black thing. But I tell you what, man. An event like this has been a long time coming. There's a lot of things that I didn't like about the trailer of the Black Panther movie. But overall, I see the importance of it. And at least he's not like Hancock. He's not like some homeless drunk or something like that. You know, he's like a respectable black superhero. Finally. He's not Blank Man. This isn't a joke. This isn't Meteor Man, which is cheesy. But it's Robert Townsend, so that's what makes it awesome. Robert Townsend is that dude. Love him. But anyways, I wish Spike Lee would make a superhero movie, but that's a whole nother topic. I don't know if he would ever do that. That would be freaking awesome if he did. And I would wish that Tyler Perry or Lee Daniels would make one. We all know that the superhero would be gay. And it would be my man Jussie Smollett. That's my dude. But you know the superhero would be gay. You already know he would have a rainbow cape. He'd be flying through the air with pixie dust falling everywhere. Anyways, y'all, man. Alright, y'all, man. Let me stop, man. We need strong, masculine, heterosexual, black male energy. You don't really see much of it in Hollywood. They don't like putting that image out there. And one of the things that bothered me about Black Panthers, they have these black female superhero co-stars, and I'm like, can't he just kick butt by himself? Can't he just do it himself? Does he have to have like a bunch of bald-headed Amazonian women kicking butt with him or for him, probably saving his life in the movie? I'm like, but you know what though? Hey, the overall big picture of it is, because I can nitpick the movie down, I can nitpick it to cotton particles. You know, I figured the cotton reference was apropos, so I could pick it down to cotton particles, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna pick it down to cotton strands. I'm just gonna say this, man. There's a lot of things that I'm not comfortable with, but the overall importance of the movie overrides the simple fact that there's things here and there that I just don't want to get with, that I don't want to get behind. But I hope that the movie is a huge success. I hope there's going to be sequels, and I hope that it will be more like what should be made, because there's something that should be made that's not being made. But this is the closest that we've gotten to what it's supposed to be: heterosexual black man, successful, handsome, not a sexual deviant, here to save the day, positive, because they put a lot of negative stuff out there, man. So I'm just happy to see this. So shout out to Chadwick Boseman, the boss man. Can't wait to watch the movie, because the overall picture is so much more than the small things. So screw the haters. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter, Meat Magazine. Meat Magazine 7 on Google+. Meat Magazine blog and Instagram. Hit the notification button. It's right next to the subscribe button. Looks like a bell. Once you click that button, you'll be similar to be notified when the videos get posted. I'm going to go ahead and post all of these articles that I talked about in this video and the Instagram posts from Chadwick, and I'm also going to post that Anthony Mackie video all in this blog. Anyways, y'all, Meat Magazine on YouTube, Meat Magazine on Twitter, Meat Magazine blog on Instagram. Are you going to watch the movie or not? Sound off in the comment section with your honest opinions. Don't hold back. Let's turn this comment section into a forum. If you listen this long, you got to leave a comment. Come on now, Jesus.